Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card, we are taking a look at who is thinking about you. So you guys have 4 crystals to choose from. Pile number 1 is the amber. Pile number 2 is the green aventurine. Pile number 3 is the clear quartz. And pile number 4 is the rose quartz. So see which crystal you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking about you. So you guys chose the amber crystal. I'm going to start with tarot and then we will move on to your oracle card. So let's get in. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides, can you tap me into the collective of my pile number 1s? Who is currently thinking about my pile number 1s? You know that when people talk about that psychological thing where it's like, if you want to know if somebody's copying you or mirroring you and staring at you in like a situation, yawn, and then if they yawn, then they were watching and observing you. I'm being shown that, like, I see you picking something up and then they're picking something up. And then you're putting something down and then they're putting something down. You're looking away and then they're looking away. It's like they're trying to mirror you. And I feel like this person's always done that. And for me to say they've always done that, I feel like you know who this person is. I think you have history with this person, whether it's a friend, a family member, a relationship or situationship or whatever. I feel like you both are quite, because I feel like you mirror people too, but I feel like there's something about you where you kind of are also in your own world a little bit. I think you more so mirror energy, whereas this person, I feel like they try to observe somebody and then match that person. So like, say now somebody is really into cars, this person will be like, yeah, I'm really into cars, because they want to fit in with that person. They want to blend in with that person. So if somebody's like, oh yeah, I love rock music, it's like, oh yeah, I love rock music. So they'll kind of mirror it, and it does, I feel like sometimes they'll do it to relate to people, but I also think that they have a little bit of an underlying people-pleasing tendency. Kind of the way I'm tapping into them, it's like it almost keeps them safe. I think it's more their shadow self that it's like, let's mirror this person so then I feel safe. And I feel like they do it in regards to like immediate environments. I've seen that they're in work and they have colleagues that like something, or they have colleagues that do things, they'll then want to mirror that. So if in their, you know, where they've grown up, because I don't know why I'm picking up to like social, what's it called, like hierarchy, like where I'm from and my tradition, everyone, you know, gets married young, so I've got to get married young. Or if people in my work are having children, then I want to have children because they're doing it and I have to do it because otherwise I'm not worthy. They feel like they need to blend in, and I feel like that's their way of keeping themselves safe and feeling part of something. I've got to do what everyone else is kind of doing. I've got to mirror that. So it's a little bit, there's a people-pleasing tendency, and the reason I'm saying it's people-pleasing is because if it was healthy, they'd still do things that call to their heart, that they like to do, and have that difference within themselves. Whereas I see this person abandoning things that they might like for acceptance. So that's when it becomes unhealthy, and that's what I'm being shown. So I think this person, I don't know why I'm picking up a lot of air energy, like Libra, Gemini. I want to say Aquarius, but then I feel like I want to stop when I get to Aquarius. I don't know why, but we'll say Aquarius for it because it is an air energy, but that's what I'm picking up. Yeah, they mirror. They wait for somebody else to make the first move as well, I feel. Interesting. Let's see why this person's thinking of you and get more information. So pile number 1, who is currently thinking of my pile number 1s? Who is currently We have the Two of Cups, the Two of Feels, engagement photos, making a choice. I think this person would have walked away from you at one point with making a choice. Two of Cups. It's like I'm emotionally connected here, or this is moving me in a particular way, but I've got to make a choice. Did this person have to make a choice between you and something else? Because it's given, what's it called? Legally Blonde, when the guy, the love interest, he really likes Elle Woods, but he goes with the other girl because it looks better for his family, even though he did really like Elle. It's kind of reminding me of that. Yeah, it's kind of reminding me of that. Pile number 1. Or this person let their logical mind override. So it's like, I like to be your friend. I like to be in your life. Or I would like something with you. However, logically, this doesn't make sense. So I have to make a logical, practical decision. Or it could even be as well, because this is something I'm picking up, this is moving me too much emotionally. This may be triggering me. I don't want to face these triggers. This is getting too deep. I need to go somewhere where I feel a bit safer, where somebody's got a shell I can jump into. Does that make sense? I think this person likes to play it safe and not take risks. And I feel like this person may have taken risks in the past, or attempted to take a risk in the past, got hurt, and it's like, I'm not doing that again. So then moved to something that was a lot calmer. That's something that's coming through. Pile number 1. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 1s? Who is currently thinking about my pile number 1? So we have the Two of Wands, which is the Two of Vibes. New career, who's this? Making a choice. We have 2 lots of making a choice. This came in reverse though. But yeah, making a choice twice. This person would have had to make a decision to keep you in their life or to not keep you in their life. And the decision that was made, it was like, I have to think logical of what's going to fit the mold of what I perceive life to be like, because this is what everyone around me has their life like. So there could have been like religious factors involved, because I am being taken to religious factors. Or it could just be, this is more easier for me. This is the person that I'm running to, whether it's in a friendship way or whatever. It's not challenging me. It's flowing easier. It's more comfortable. That's the thing. I feel more comfortable and it fits. Whereas I feel like you and this person, the way that they're viewing you, it's like, I want that, but I don't fit it. And it doesn't fit me. Like, it doesn't fit my mold. It doesn't, because there's like a passionate feeling, like an emotional feeling, but then it's like, it's not, there's friction, but I'm viewing friction as bad. So I have to cut away from that. I have to sever it because it's causing me trouble, or it's causing me frustration, and I don't want to feel that. I want the waves to be smooth. So that's something that's coming through. I feel like this is someone that might not have fought for your connection or gave up on your connection, or didn't give a lot to the connection with you because they didn't feel like there was anything. It's like emotionally it's here, but there's nothing physical here, and they're not wanting to invest in it because it's like, this is a risk. I want to play safe. So it's like when you do like a lottery thing, it's like, if I get more lottery tickets, it's going to, like, it's like a gamble. It's like, if I get more lottery tickets and I put more money into it, there's more of a chance of me winning the money, and I really, really want that money. However, I've got to think logical and I've got to think safe. So I'm going to buy less tickets, and I probably won't win then, but at least I'll be safe and I wouldn't have lost money if it doesn't work out. That's this choice that's coming up here twice, making a choice. It's like, I have to go somewhere where it's like more practical for me, or the ocean smoother. I don't want to take a risk. Pile number 1. 7 of Thoughts. The more I'm reading it, the more it's feeling like a connection from the past. 7 of Thoughts, being shady, stepping out of the comfort zone. Pile number 1, please, Spirit Guides. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 1s? the Emperor, the patriarchy, charting a path. I think you might be this person's what if, but I also think that this person has a lot of what ifs. Like, I feel like they've done this often, not just in friendships or relationships, but they've done it in career moves. They've maybe done it with finances. They've done it with things that they wanted to say to people and haven't. Times they wanted to stand up for themselves and haven't. I've got to stay in this mold. I can't break out of this box because this is the box that I'm in and I can't break out of it, whatever that is. That's what's coming through, and I think there's a level of nostalgia coming through in regards to you. I keep wanting to say like viewing you. So if they have you on social media, I feel like they do view, because for them to view you on social media, or even just to see you about or ask about you, they're looking at a path that they could have walked down but didn't. And I think that they kind of drift there. They kind of fantasize in a lot of the what ifs that they've had. But then they come back to what's comfortable in like real life. So it's almost like in their head. Ariana Grande in my head. It's like unrealistic. So there's something about the connection with you that they're viewing as unrealistic. But they're still then tied there because there's like an emotional feel there. Yeah, the back of the deck we have the World, Boozy Branch, Abundant Success, the World. And when we think of the world is closing out chapters. Okay. Is there a song with lyrics and it's like, don't tell me it's the end, or is this really the end? Because I just heard a song and it was like, don't tell me it's the end, or it's not the end. But it's like, I don't know the song. So they're giving me the lyrics, but I have no idea what the song is. But that's coming through. Lots of nostalgia in regards to this person thinking of you. Because there's this understanding of like, you're walking this way, I'm walking that way. But it's like Little Mermaid part of your world. It's like they're viewing you as like the mermaid in the water, and it's like, it's not going to work because I've got legs and you've got a tail, but like, I feel this sort of way. So it's almost like a kind of bit of a fantasy then, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's how they then think of you. Do I see this person reaching out? I'm going to be honest with you, not right now. And I'm going to say not right now because I don't know if there's been a long time period since you and this person have seen each other or spoke. But I also feel like a lot has changed in regards to like what life physically looks like for both of you. And I feel like whereas we were maybe a jump apart, you were on this side of the cliff, I was on this side, and we could have jumped over to each other. They're looking at it now like the cliff is eroded and now you're all the way over there and I'm all the way over here. And as you can see, this person, they're looking at this person over here, but it's really far away now. They look tiny to them. So there's this feeling of like, even if I wanted to jump back now, I couldn't, because we're even further apart than we were. We're even more different than we were. So I've just missed the boat there, you know? And that's something, yeah, I feel like they feel like they've missed the boat, but I also feel like when I'm getting the Seven of Thoughts, which is the Seven of Swords, and like, I know we have stepping out of the comfort zone, which pertains to the reading. I feel like they like to stay in their comfort zone, but I almost feel like there's this feeling of them feeling like they might have done you wrong, or like I think I was being quite selfish there. I think I was being quite, because this is what I'm being shown. They're showing it to me in images. I don't know why. I don't know if your person's clairvoyant, but they're showing it to me in images and they're going, I wanted to jump over that bit of the cliff to get to them, but I didn't have the courage, so I was trying to get them to jump over onto my side. But there's something about, for them to jump over to my side, it would have taken more of their energy than it would have mine. I don't know what that's about. Like, maybe they wanted you to travel somewhere or move somewhere or really put some of your boundaries down for this person to overstep them, or maybe it was like you needed to put a lot of your needs aside to fit into this person's world, whereas I feel like they might not have needed to put so many needs aside, but they still didn't want to do it. So it's almost like they're viewing, they know that they were asking for a little bit more from you. And there's a guilt here, I feel, with being shady. It's like a guilt, because I feel like they might have put you in a, I don't know why I keep being taken to them putting you in a compromising position, or putting you in a situation where they knew it wasn't going to work out with you, but they still wanted you there for as long as they could, because they genuinely did want to be around, but they knew it wasn't going to work out. And it's like, I led this person on, or I wasn't thinking about their feelings. I was having them jump over, knowing that there was no space for them here, because I was going to be going down a different path, but I still wanted them around, but I was thinking selfishly. So there is this feeling of like guilt there, that's there. And I see this person wanting to reach out. Like, I see this person wanting to reach out, but I'm going to be honest with you, what I'm seeing here energetically, I don't see them doing it anytime soon. Just because there is no physical awareness here at all. There are no pentacles here at all. There is no physical... And this is what it would have been like when you knew them. There was nothing solidly put down. There was nothing physically placed down. There was no seeds actually planted. There was talk about it, but nothing was really put down. So this is where they're at now. I could make a huge leap. I could call a helicopter to jump over onto this person's side. But now we've changed so much. It's so different that, like, it's like, again, for me to even reach out to them now, that's me coming out of my comfort zone, because they're probably going to reject me, or they don't want to talk to me, or I know I did wrong, and it's like I don't know how to make it better. I don't know what to say. There's a feeling of not wanting to then be vulnerable with it. And then there's also this feeling as well of, what would we do now anyway? We're so different. How would that even work out anyway? Because again, it's logical, but they're thinking of all of this, but they're thinking of you. This is what I don't quite get. And this is the thing about them. I feel like they have a lot of regrets within life, and I think that they circle around them. So I think with you, maybe the way that they might have treated you, or the way things went, I think that there's regret there. But it's like, they'd rather leave things than actually stand up and be like, I did wrong, or I was this, or I was that, or I'm sorry. They'd rather just leave it be. And I think they keep telling themselves, especially with this Emperor card, it's better if I don't speak to them. It's better for me, it's better for them. What would we even do now anyway? It's chaos every time we speak anyway. What if it brings up these feelings for me? What if I hurt them again? They are coming through like they don't deserve that. I shouldn't do that to them again. I don't want to put myself in that situation. And there's something about their current life which is like obligation. So maybe there's like, they've got to keep their head down for work at the moment. Maybe they have babies and, they've got to keep their head down for that. Or there's something very practical, more logical, where they're like, I've really got to stay in this mold now. I made my bed. That's the energy. I've made my bed. But I think that there's some guilt, which is what is actually karmically, energetically there, that they would like to speak to you about. And I think that's why you play in their minds. As well as just the path that I didn't travel. When people would have regrets and they'd be like, what if I really did take that job opportunity? What if I really did travel and move away? What if I really did that? What would happen? I feel like this person has so much of that I think you're there too. So it's almost like they're looking at where you're at and they're like, what if I would have been next to them? What if I would have been with them? And I think that's where they're at then. Where they feel currently, it's like I'm satisfied, but I know there could be more, but I'm not going to take the risk to have more. And that's not just with you. I feel like that's everything. Like, I could move and take the risk and move somewhere, but I'm not going to do it. Or I could, they could be in a situation, like in a relationship, where they're not fully satisfied. It could be like, I could end this and maybe do some healing and open up to somebody else coming through. However, it's comfortable here, and this is where I'm at. Very just logical, can't see beyond the third dimension sort of thing. And maybe that's their life path. That's what they're moving with. That's how they're learning lessons. But it does keep a what if, because it's like Moana when she looks out to the sea. It's like she's constantly looking out for something more. I feel like this person has that sort of energy. And I feel like this person gets antsy sometimes. Quite antsy. Yeah, they're holding you in high regard, and they're holding how you made them feel in high regard, and the what could have been that they have in their mind, they hold that in high regard. But it's like, in their mind, they're almost looking at it like I'm adult and that's just an imagination. That's not like, you know, it's not, it's unrealistic. That's how they're looking at it. I feel like it's been some time since you've spoken to this person. Pile number, I feel like they want to apologize and I feel like they want to get things off their chest. And I think if they did do that, it would actually be healing for them. And I think that it would create a release for them to the point that then they wouldn't think of you sometimes, because it's like that's released, but they're not doing it. They're like not doing it. So then you're still kind of like there. And then there's still that what if that's there. But I think they're already aware and have made peace with they've missed a boat. It's like, I know I missed the boat. I know I did. Pile number 1. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 1s? We have Earth, Gaia. This person could be an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It would make sense because they feel quite earthy in the sense of practical. I'm only looking through a physical lens. That's kind of how they're looking at things. Very logical. We have Time, Ariana. Who is currently thinking of my pile? Oh goodness, there's too many cards. I mean, the card that flopped out and I wasn't... Shall I use these? Yeah, I'm going to use these. We have Secret and Compassion, but Compassion's in reversed. This person can be very cutthroat when they want to, because they'll just switch their emotions off and think logical. They purposefully will just bury any emotions that feel uncomfortable to them. There would have been a time where they were a lot more open to their emotions, but I feel like they've almost sealed it off. It's like there's this feeling of this doesn't serve me. This is getting in the way of me moving logically, and it's not serving me. Back of the deck we have Humor. When I look at Time, I feel like this person felt like either you would always be there or that cliff was never going to erode. It feels like that. It's like, oh, the next time I come back to this cliff, this person's going to be there. And I think they felt comfortable in maybe keeping things surface level and never really making anything concrete, because it's like, oh, you're always going to be here. We're always going to do this. So you'll always be around. And I'll be able to like enjoy your energy. You're always going to kind of be here. And it's like they were thinking of themselves. And then all of a sudden it's like either you left or it just eroded, the bridge burned, and now it's like, oh, I really can't get over that now. And I feel like that's what happened. So there's a disappointment here, and like you know when you feel like a gut feeling and it's like, oh, like you feel sad, like it's I don't know if you use this word everywhere all over the world, but like we say like, oh, I'm gutted, like I feel gutted, like I feel, oh, I should have, could have, would have, like, oh, like, you know when you see something, you're lurking on someone's social media and you see something you don't want to see and you're like, oh, that really hurt, like wounded. So there's like a wounded feeling here with the Time card, because it's like I thought we would have had more time, or I thought at one point maybe our paths would have emerged. Like I thought that because I feel like they thought somehow a magical path would turn up, and now they're looking at it like, yeah, that path was never going to turn up, though, was it? So it's like they're looking at it very black and white now, because with the Compassion card reversed, it was almost like they felt hearty feelings there with you. It almost feels like childlike feelings, like you know, you have like a childhood friendship. It feels like that. So this could have been a friendship, but I feel like whatever happened between you two, they had to shut that off, like, because the Compassion card's reversed, so it's like I'm shutting it off. And that it's come right under 7 of Thoughts being shady. So it's like they would have been open to you, and then it was like, oh wait, I've got to make a quick decision because we've got making a choice. And I feel like that's when they put the walls up to you. So they might have ghosted you. They might have just completely ghosted you or cut you out. But it was like, I need to make this decision. This is the decision I'm going to make. And I don't think they were thinking of your feelings when they did that, which is why the guilt is there. But it's like, I've got to put the wall up because I need to protect this comfort shell that I'm in. I have to put it up, and this is threatening it. So I have to put it up. And then there's guilt. And then we have secrets. So I feel like, especially with making a choice, and you would know of this, I'm not saying anything you don't know, this person may have had maybe somebody else around, or this person could have like had like a job position set up where they knew they were going to move away but then didn't tell you, so they kept you there because they wanted you around. They genuinely did want you around, but it's like, I can't physically make a shift with this, but I'm not going to tell that person because otherwise they won't want to be around me. So I'm keeping this person here, and then when it's the time for me to spread my wings or go on this job thing and move, that's when I don't know how, I'm not mature enough to know how to have this conversation, so I'm just going to shut out. And I feel like that's when they would have shut you out. Or again, if there was another person involved, if this was like a relationship sort of situation, it's like, this person practically makes sense to me. They're not really challenging me that much. It's comfortable. There's no ripples in the water. So when it's time, I'm going to step here. But I want this person around for as long as I can, because I would like to be pure with this person. But then it's like, this person doesn't fit in my shell. So then it's like the walls going up, because I don't know how to have that conversation. And for me to have that conversation, it's going to bring out emotions that I don't want to feel, because that feeling of disappointment, just a disappointment, that wounded, gutted feeling, it's like, I don't want to feel it. So the wall's going up. And then it's like, now I'm here with this other option that I chose because it was comfortable. And then there's the what if. And I know that I didn't do right. So there's this wounded kind of feeling then. And that's what the Secrets card is about, where they would have put that up. And the reason we've got humour at the back of the deck is because I think that you brought a lot of humour to this person's life. I think you brought a lot of colour to this person's life. This person sees you as like a friend, but it's in the way of like, I keep being taken to childhood. So this could have been a childhood friend or somebody that you were together with in school or something like that. Either way, I think you brought out this person's inner child. And I think that this person saw you as like a bubble of kind of like joy. You really brightened up their life, and there's like passion then that comes through, but it's like sometimes that's not enough. That's their energy. It's like sometimes that's not enough, like nothing aligned at all, and now we're like miles apart now. So when I say miles apart, you could live in completely different continents. I want to say continents. You don't have to. It could just be energetically. Maybe one of you's spiritually grown, or the other one's materially evolved, and it's just it's like chalk and cheese now, whereas before there was still a little bit more of an alignment. I think the more you both grow, the more you grow out of each other. But I don't think this person was mature enough to have an adult conversation or think of your feelings in this situation, which isn't right and it isn't fair. And I think that's where they're holding on to guilt here. Yeah. So it's nostalgic, and I think there's guilt, and I think there's like one that got away vibes here. But this person's life feels great. Like, I have to say, this person's looking at things very practically and very, I have to do my duty, which is making me think that they may have kids, or they may be looking after like family members, or it's like for work, it's like, I've got to be this way and I've got to move here and I've got to do, it's like I'm doing my duty. That's how it's the Emperor energy. It's like I'm paying my dues. Like, that's how it's kind of coming through. I don't know what that could be about. You know this person more than I do, but that's what's coming through. So pile 1, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading and it resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking of you. So you guys chose the green aventurine crystal. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we're going to move on to your oracle card. So let's get in. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, can you tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s? Who is currently thinking about my pile number 2s? Who is currently thinking about my green aventurine pile, please, spirit guides? Is somebody eating oats? I keep being shown somebody with like oats, you know, like oatmeal, like porridge. Like, I'm being shown oats being stirred. I don't know why. Pile number 2. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 2s? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s? Let me get your card. It dropped on the floor. We have the 4 of Thoughts, which is the 4 of Swords. Self-care, manifesting results. Let me get this chair comfortable. Okay. 4 of Thoughts, self-care, manifesting results. Pile number 2. Who is currently thinking? God, your cards are just jumping onto the floor. We have Justice. The social justice warrior making amends. Okay. So this could be somebody that's wanting to reach out and apologize. This is somebody that may feel like they hurt you, or there's a bridge that they're wanting to patch up. There's a burnt bridge that they're wanting to patch up. I will say this person's feeling a little bit sorry for themselves right now. I feel like this person may be going through things. I'm hearing Going Through Changes by Eminem, where he basically just kind of raps and talks about his life and where he was doing wrong and where he didn't make the best moves, and it's kind of a bit of a downer song. It's a bit of a low mood song, but I'm hearing that. So I mean, this person could like Eminem, they could actually be listening to that song, but it's more so, I feel, coming through in the sense that this person may be growing up or looking at things different, or realizing I was wrong here, or I was wrong here, or this person was good to me, or this person was nice to me, and I want to bring this person back into my life. This person could have said things to you that you didn't appreciate. Maybe that's why there was bridges burned. But whatever it is, I don't know why. I also feel like either this is fresh, like you've recently just argued with this person, and because of the changes that they're going through, maybe it just had them lash out or not treat you the best. But it could also be that this was a while ago, but the reason it feels fresh is because they never dealt. This person is more of a, this person feels like a hothead. This person feels like someone that will speak and then think later, and it's like, I don't want to cause destruction, but then I'm causing the destruction, and then when it's all burnt to the ground, I'm upset, and I didn't mean for that to happen, it just happened. It's almost like their emotions take control over them. They have a really hard time mastering their own emotions and mastering their feelings, and I think they say things sometimes out of hurt, out of like a wounded inner child, and then there's like this awful feeling then of like, I know I shouldn't have said that, but then I'm on the defense because they made me say it. But then it's like, while they're saying they made me say it, it's like, I know I shouldn't have said that, I know I shouldn't have said that. And I think there's a bit of emotional immaturity, but this person feels like I always get the sayings wrong. The chicken came home to roost, the rooster came home to roost, the eggs came home to hatch. I don't know, I always get this saying wrong, and I know you guys have commented before, Lexi, it's this, and I'm like, yeah, and then I'll make a mental note, and then the mental note gets lost in my mind, and I forget, but you'll know what I'm on about. The chickens came home to roost for this person. That's how they're feeling right now. They feel like they're in a rut, they feel frustrated. Yeah, I'm hearing Eminem again. This person may listen to Eminem a lot, because I'm hearing Not Afraid, where he sings, I can't keep living this way, so starting today I'm getting out of this cage. And he's like, I'm standing up, I'm going to face my demons, I'm manning up. There's a feeling of that. It's like this person wants to do better, so they want to make amends with you. Pile number 2. Who is it that is currently thinking of my pile number 2s? They feel blocked out of your life. Yeah, they feel blocked out of your life, so you may have blocked them, or you just refuse to speak to them. Ace of Thoughts, Vision Board, a new opportunity. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. It's a really cringy movie. It's from when I was very young. It's called Anger, Thongs and Perfect Snogging. Now, if you haven't watched the movie, it's very cringe, but basically the young girl, she's like, I don't know her age, but she's young, and her name's Georgia, and she just keeps messing up. And towards the end of the movie, she's like choosing to move away because her father works abroad. And she's like, step number 1 of my new life, I'm going to dye my hair. So she like dyes her hair, and she's like, step number 2, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So I think for that young movie coming through, I feel like this person looks at things in a more young, like emotional way, but I feel like this person may be trying to shift and change and grow up where they're currently at. They feel very young-minded though, but I feel like they're trying to make changes and shifts. So it's like, step number 1, I'm gonna ask this person for forgiveness. Step number 2, I'm gonna work harder at my job. Like, it feels like that. That's kind of how they're coming through. And that's why we've got the Ace of Thoughts, Vision Board, a new opportunity. It's like, I'm growing up, I have a vision, and I want to reach this vision, you know. That's kind of how it's kind of coming through. I feel like this person's been stuck in cycles. I feel like this feels like an old friend or an old family member. Could be like an ex, but I don't pick up too much romance. Could be though. Pile number 2, who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s. Whoever this person is, they actually feel a little bit intimidated by you, and they actually hold you in a hide regard. I keep saying hide. Are you hiding from this person? It's like they can't get to you. Like, I keep feeling like they want to get to you, but you're like hidden. So that's why I feel like you block them. Or you avoid them on purpose, and they're aware of it. Sorry guys, the camera cut, but I find it interesting that the camera cut, because there was this feeling of like, they may have tried to approach you or speak to you and you're like, no, or they feel like you're going to be like, no. I feel like maybe you've sat this person down and been like, no, done. This person holds you in a high regard. This person feels like to show, this is why you may be like an older sibling or like an older cousin, or you could even be like a parent to someone, or you could even like just be like a very close friend, but you give off older vibes, like you're older than them. It could just be that you're more mature, because it could even be like you are the younger sibling or something, but you are more mature. It could even be a parent, but you are more mature. That's how they're looking at you. They're viewing you as more mature, and there's this feeling of like a regalness with you, because it's almost like they're looking to you and it's like, I need to show this person that I've changed. I can't just like send them a text and apologize. I have to show them that I mean it. I have to show them that I'm making a difference. This person could have been entangled in maybe substance abuse. That's something that's coming through. This person, again, it's just their own shadow taking precedence over their life, and I feel like they're almost aware of it, but I think that they needed to hit rock bottom. So now it's like I'm making these shifts. And with the 7 of thoughts, this is reminding me of the shadow self. I mean, we have being shady here and stepping out of the comfort zone. So it's like having to grow up, having to man up, having to evolve from where they're at. And to do that, they have to face parts of themselves that they're not proud of, you know? Because there's this feeling of this person having some self-hatred or just not liking themselves because of actions that they've done out of their own shadow. So that's where they're facing these, and then it's like Ace of Thoughts, vision board. It's like they're thinking of things that they can do to evolve as a person and then make an amends. It's like, when I get to this point, I can make amends to this person. I can show this person that I've changed. But with the 4 of Thoughts here, when we think of the 4 of Swords, it's like I'm battling, because we have Libra here twice. It's like I'm battling. You know when you have like the devil on your shoulder and the angel on your shoulder? I think this person has demons that they work with. And when I say demons that they work with, I mean like that they battle. You know what I mean? It could be that there's just dark energy around them anyway. Maybe they battle like intrusive thoughts and things like that. Or they just battle, you know, it could even be spiritually. I don't know. Like energetically, just like energies around them that are quite dark. Because a lot of the times when people are going through depression and things like that, lower vibrational energies will attach to it sometimes, especially if there's been soul loss. It's nothing scary, but it can make the person who isn't aware of it feel very low. And I feel like this person battles with that. It could just be their own demons in regards to their own shadows. And I think that that's where they swing like a pendulum back and forth. Like they could do good, but they go back to factory settings and they find it hard to kind of like swim above the water. That's something that's coming through. Whereas they're looking at you as somebody that's mastered something, or somebody that's strong, because they're looking at you as strong. It's like, I want to be like you. So I want to, and again, it's almost like mirroring. So I don't know if you made changes in your life to make you the person that you are. It's almost like they wanted to mirror that or mimic it to try and find a pathway out of their own energy anyway. Because maybe at one point they thought you were going to come and save them, and maybe you got to a point where you were like, there's nothing more I can do for you, and that's where they're like, okay, maybe I've got to, you know, this person did it themselves, I've got to. This feels family orientated, or a friend that felt like family. Because I'm also being shown 2 people clashing and somebody lashing out. And when I'm being shown that, I see you stepping back from this person and being like, I can't help you beyond this point. You're not helping yourself. And then I see this person taking it as rejection. When in actuality, you were helping this person out because you helped them to as much as you could. But then it's like, right, I've got to do for me now. Or I can't help you beyond this point. This is stuff you've got to do for yourself. And I don't think this person bargained on you fully stepping away. And then you did, and it's like, oh, wow. Because there's something about this person's life where things just got real. Things just got serious. So I don't know what that's about. It's going to be different for all of you. But there's this feeling with this person, something's just got serious. But it's funny that this is all in grey, and these are all thoughts. But the card that is in colour is Justice, which is pink heart chakra energy. You chose the green aventurine, which is heart energy. The social justice warrior, making amends. So it's like this person holds a light to you. This person has love for you. Maybe in regards to emotion, they can't express that love feeling because maybe it's what's over that heart chakra and what's over that love feeling is a lot of woundings and a lot of triggers and a lot of muck emotionally. But it is there because they're wanting to make amends with you. They're looking up to you. But they know that they need to work on themselves, I feel. But they're wanting to... There's something about like showing you that they've changed or they've evolved. The back of the deck, you guys had the Knight of Thoughts. So again, all of these thoughts energy. I feel like this person gets stuck in their minds and goes round in circles. Might have a lot of air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Lots of air energy. And even when you think about it, we've got Aquarius here, we've got the air here, we've got Libra here with Justice, and we've got Libra here with that. That's all air. And we have air here, Aquarius. So this person's heavily air. There's a lot of air energy in their chart. And if they don't have a lot of air energy in their chart, they just are in their mind a lot. A lot. They live in their mind, I feel. Knight of Thoughts, protest organizer, standing up and fighting. I feel like this person has felt directionless, and I think that they're trying to find ways to bring purpose into their life. Yeah. But they're looking at you like that. Do you advocate for things, or do you stand up, you know, like, do you guys protest, or do you guys, like, do humanitarian work, or are you guys quite... There's a fierceness they're looking at you with. Like, you help out things. Like, you help out people. You do what's right. Like, I keep being shown you like a warrior. Like, I do what's right. That's how they're looking at you anyway. And they're like, I want to be like that. They look up to you is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know if maybe that's part of your career. You stand up for people. You look out for people. You can be like a police person or an ambulance person. I don't know why I'm being taken to public services. Because I'm thinking of like standing up. Like, I don't know. Like a doctor or a vet, or I don't know why I'm taking a public services. I don't know why I was taking that. I don't know why I went straight to like ambulance, police, or maybe this person could have been in trouble with the police at times. Maybe this person could have gone to jail. That's another thing coming up because I don't know why police came up. Maybe they went to jail at one point. This person feels ashamed of themselves. This is getting deep. I think this person feels ashamed of themselves. And they're looking at you as someone that's like blazing the right path. And they're looking at you as well like, oh, everything just works out naturally for you. But I also think that you've had to fight your own path too. It's just that you chose to not follow your shadow. You chose to work with your shadow and work through certain things to not have it take over you, whereas this person took a different route. But then they're looking at you like, why is everything working out for you? And you're like, I battle things all the time. I just choose to do differently. They see you as very strong. Pile number 2. When they stand next to you, they get triggered because they feel a bit ashamed. Pile number... Maybe back in the day you used to argue back with this person or join in, or like this person would trigger you, so you'd then trigger them back. Whereas there's this feeling now of you don't do that anymore. And maybe they just felt comfortable, oh, well, you're here and we're triggering each other and it's just like a back and forth. Whereas like you put the sword down a long time ago. Maybe you grew up. So they're like, oh, this person's really doing better. Maybe you've had a lot of grace for this person and still hold love for this person and still hold space. So that's where it's like, oh, you know. Pile number 2, humor. There would have been a time where you and this person were just so close. And why I'm being taken back to childhood is I feel like this might be connected to family situations, because I'm being taken to childhood. Life was easier, life was more colourful. I'm thinking of like inside jokes, inside songs that we listen to. There's fun. They hold on to that. Really, I think that keeps them connected to their heart space, which makes me feel a bit emotional. Because there's still love there for you. We have inexperience. This person feels below you. Could be a younger sibling, or it could be, again, you are the younger one, but you act like you have more experience because you've chosen to evolve, where this person's found it hard to. That's why we have inexperience. It's like they blinked and you were gone. Maybe you were trying to help them and it was keeping you held back, but then they blinked and then all of a sudden you like built a house, moved into it. You know, it's like had everything, and it's like, how did you do that? And now I feel inexperienced when it comes to you. I feel like I'm still stuck in childhood and you're not there. We have romantic love, Aphrodite. Why do we have romantic love? I don't feel like that. Okay, this could be an ex, but I don't feel like it is. This person doesn't see themselves as lovable. This person doesn't see themselves as worthy. I think it plays into their romantic connections. I think it plays into their friendships. I think it plays into their, you know, family situations. I think the slightest, even bit of guidance that this person gets, sometimes they'll take it as rejection and then they'll lash out at it. That's a them thing. That's something they've got to work through. They feel like they're being targeted every time someone says something to them. Maybe you had to walk on eggshells with this person. Yeah, pile number 2. Yeah, forgiveness. That's not shock me, that's come out, forgiveness. I feel like this person's thinking of you because I feel like they want you to forgive them, but they know that they can't just come up with the same story and just have you forgive them. It's like, I've got to work for this. With the time card at the back of the deck, and it is in reverse, I feel like this person's stuck in a fragment in time that they keep going around in a loop in. This person's still stuck. They feel like you've grown up and left them. That's how they feel. You've moved on and left them, and they're still in the same place and you are not. And I feel like they want to kind of evolve, but they know that you're not going to come back to that fragment in time. You're not going to come back to that version of you from the past because you've evolved. So it's like, I've got to now make these changes to show that I have changed and evolved. And that's why they're wanting forgiveness. So why this person's thinking of you, they want forgiveness. It's up to you. You know, and I would say this, especially with this energy and somebody that's probably kept hurting you, you know, round in circles. Make sure you bring this in and speak with your spirit guides and speak with your heart space. Make sure that it's safe for you if you were to forgive this person. Make sure that it's comfortable for you to forgive this person. And make sure it's something you want, and not just because you feel like, okay, I need to be there for this person. Like, I feel like this person needs to be at an even keel with you for it to be healthy. Otherwise, I feel like any sort of help you might bring them, they'd get triggered and lash out. So that's currently where they're at, but I do see them trying to step out of that comfort zone. Whether they will, Spirit saying, is up to them. Yeah, you may hear from this person soon, or this person will try and attempt to contact you soon if they haven't already. Could have already done it. If not, you will hear from this particular person because they want to. Yeah, pile number 2, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did and if it resonated for you. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking about you. So you guys chose the clear quartz. I'm going to start with tarot and then we're going to move on to the oracle cards. Now, I don't know if you have social media. I don't know whether you've been mute on social media or you've created a new social media and got rid of the old. The reason I'm saying that is because, you know, when a new musical artist comes out and you don't know anything about them, you don't know anything about them, and they create like an Instagram and they'll have like 3 posts on the Instagram and they have 1 song out and it's good and you want more, but that's all they have right now. They haven't started that journey musically yet, and it's like, this is it. Or like when an artist will delete all the photos on their Instagram and then start teasing like little photos for like a new era. I don't know why, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I feel like for you guys, you may be my spiritual pile, because I see a declutter, I see a purge, I see an overhaul of your energy, which then creates an overhaul of your demeanor and how you present yourself. And I feel like this is why I'm confused and I want to pry, but I haven't got much to pry on, so I'm just kind of looking at what, you know, I'm observing you. Like, I feel like I'm on somebody's social media and I'm observing them, or somebody's in my company, they're not saying much and I want to get to know more, but they're keeping their cards close to their chest, so I want to know more. Like, that's how it feels. And I keep wanting to say, where are you? So it could be somebody that you were speaking to before you decided to do some inner work and go mute. So it's like, you were here and then you weren't. Where did you go? Where are you? It could also be somebody that you feel like you've outgrown, so you're not around them as much. So it's like, where are you? You're acting different. What's going on? Or it could be somebody that was keeping tabs on you. You dipped and they're like, where have you gone? And then here you are and it's like, wait, this is so different now. What's going on? So that's another thing that I'm picking up from you guys. There's a shift in your energy and how you present yourself, and it's like, I don't know much about this person now, so I'm almost waiting for the, let's say, new music to drop, even though, you know, it's more just your energy, they're wanting to see more, so it's like prying, but there's like a brick wall. It's kind of how it's coming through. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s? Who is currently thinking about my clear quartz pile? We have the Knight of Feels, ally, standing up and fighting. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 3s, please, spirit guides? Who is currently thinking about my clear quartz pile, my number 3s? It could also be that you guys may be going through it. You could be going through like an ego death or purging and not feeling the best. So it's like, why do I want to be on social media? Why do I want to be around people right now? I'm not feeling my best. So it could be that as well. We have the 8 of Feels, inner work, marinating in it. So yeah, there's like inner work that you guys have been doing, going into your subconscious mind. And when we think of the clear quartz, it detoxes. So it's like you're removing things that don't serve you. And then we have the 3 of Thoughts, too real, the build up, which is the 3 of Swords again. So a purge may be going on in your energy field right now. So you've attracted your energy, or you could be coming out of a very big purge. So it's like, where did you go? Because I keep hearing, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Pile number 3. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 3s? We have the 7 of Feels, thirst trap, stepping out of the comfort zone. Back of the deck, we have Ace of Swag, which is the Ace of Pentacles, new gig and new opportunity. Look at all these cups. The Knight of Feels, Knight of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, stepping out of the comfort zone. It's like this person's acting brand new. I'm confused. This is how because I'm in their energy, whoever this person is. It's like, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Like, you weren't this confident before, or you weren't this, you know, maybe connected to spirit before. But it's almost like, it's not that you've changed. I feel like you've taken a layer off. So it's like, this is a projection I was living in. I've taken it off. Or this was the shell I was in. Now I'm letting you into my shell. Or I'm popping out without my shell. So now energetically I'm coming across differently. So now people are going to be confused because they're so used to the shell. The shell's gone. You know what I mean? you know, you could have presented yourself in a way that you felt people wanted you to present yourself. Did your hair, makeup, acted the way that you felt people might have wanted, or in a way that kept you safe. You could have maybe in the past had people pleasing tendencies that kept you safe. So it's like, I'm gonna be this way because this is how people will want me to be. So this is how I'm going to act. This is how I'm going to present myself. Whereas I don't need that anymore. I pulled it off. So now you're presenting yourself as your more true nature. So again, the clear quartz, you've removed anything that wasn't you. So it's like you look different. So then people are saying, where are you? But what they're saying, where are you to, is a version of you that wasn't really you. It was a shell and a layer that you wore for the benefit of other people, but now it's gone. And this is why I'm having a hard time saying it's this person, it's this person, it's this person. I don't think there's one particular person that's thinking of you in this way. I don't know whether you've recently come back to social media. I don't know if you've recently started showing up and showing out a lot more. Maybe you have transferred back to a particular job, or maybe you've come back to a hometown, or maybe you're just being seen. And that's why a lot of people are thinking of you, because it's like, oh, look at this person now, look at this person now, look what they're up to now, look at how they're speaking. I don't remember them being this confident. I don't remember them being there, doing this or doing that. And there's a lot of eyes then on you, and people thinking about you, because it's like, when I'm hearing where are you, it's like, where did you go? I can't deny this change. So what caused it, and where did you go? What created this? And that version that I knew, where did they go? That version that maybe did the things that I liked to do, where did they go? Because I feel like you may have friends that benefited from a version of you that you've allowed to evolve. So there's this feeling of like, well, where did they go? You know, where did that... I feel like in the past you overgave, because there's this feeling of like, well, where did that version go? And it's like, well, give back and I'll give to you. It's like a reciprocated feeling, but I feel like people were so used to a version of you that is no longer there, that now it's like, where are you? Because the I keep saying age, the Ace of Swag, the Ace of Pentacles, new gig, new opportunity. It's like physically showing up as something different. It's like, maybe you talked about doing certain things, but you never did them, so people didn't think you were going to do them, but it's not physically, they're here, and now you genuinely are a different person, because you had to become a different person to make those goals real. You had to step into a certain energy to make those goals real, to purge or clear certain things from the past. So it's like, where did that person go? Well, that person had to evolve. And I think there may be people around you that feel growing pains towards you. There's a particular person that feels more romantic, that I don't think you're that bothered of. I think either you outgrew them, maybe you felt some feelings for them in the past, but you outgrew it, or maybe you were never truly fully focused on this person anyway. But I think that they would have been keeping tabs on you, because I'm honing in on them. And I think that, again, there's that feeling of where are you, and then it's like, oh, you've evolved, like you, new phone, who this? And it's like, there's this feeling of like, oh, okay. And it's weird, because if this is somebody that liked you, I feel like you'd be happy that you've evolved, whereas this person's almost like, oh, I see how it's almost like people are taking things personally a little bit. Because it's like, with the Three of Thoughts, it's like rejection. I feel rejected. Maybe somebody knew you were hung up on them before, now you no longer are. So it's like, oh, I see how it is. But it's like, well, I wasn't going to wait around for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've changed, I've purged. And again, with the marinating in it, inner work, it's like things that kept you tied to people, things that kept you maybe overgiven to people, you've removed that need to do it. So it's like, I don't need to vie for your attention anymore. I don't need to bend over backwards for you anymore. I don't need to do those things. I've cleared them, but then it's like people remember the old version, so then they feel like it's rejection, when in actuality you're coming back to your center. That's what it is. You've come back to your center. And I think that's where, because people expected you to build up. If you were, I feel like people thought you were going to pop out and be either the same as you were before, or you were going to build in a different way, in a way that they may have felt comfortable with, whereas you've built in a different way. So I don't know what that means. You've built yourself up in a different way than what they expected. Maybe you were somebody that was very quiet, now you're very loud. Maybe you were somebody that overshared a lot, now you're very silent, making silent moves. Only drop what needs to be dropped. So it's like, oh. And then it's like, I'm out of the loop, so I feel rejected. But it's like, you can come back in the loop, but you need to be on my path. You know, you need to be pouring into me too. And I think people are used to an old structure. Now, I don't feel like a lot of people that are feeling this way are bad people. They were just used to a version of you. I think as time goes on, I think that people are going to see, oh, well, this is how this person is now. And then I think it'll be a matter of, does this align with me or not now? Because I see somebody coming back into your life that's thinking of you too. It doesn't feel romantic. It could be. But it feels like somebody that you felt you outgrew as you maybe went through some clearing. Whereas you're both now on the same wavelength. And this is somebody from the past that I think you're either going to bump into unexpectedly, or they're going to reach out to you, or there's going to be like a mutual energy that kind of calls you both into each other, where you both may reach out. You may feel the urge to reach out to them. They may be on your mind, but someone's going to pop out. And this isn't someone that, I mean, it could be somebody that you had bad blood with, but it's way in the past. So it's like, we both didn't fit, but now we've come back in and we align with each other now. I just got shown double dates, so I don't know whether you're in a relationship and you'll go on double dates with them, or there's just something about that coming through, I don't know. Or somebody you did double dates with in the past. Maybe you did double dates with someone and then you broke up with that person, so then you no longer aligned with them, and you went through your own inner work, and it was like you no longer registered with each other, but something's bringing you back. I don't know, that could be it. Or it could be somebody you go on to do double dates with in the future. I don't know, I just got shown that. But I feel like a lot of people have you on their mind in the sense of, where's that version gone? They've gone. Yeah. And I think some people are in the feels then, but it's more out of, that person benefited me. There's like a rejection feel. I feel like people might take it as rejection. Interesting. Stepping out of the comfort zone. That's what I mean. You've stepped out of your comfort zone. You've stepped out of a shell. You've taken off the layer of people's projections. You're no longer... I feel like you're more in a feminine energy now. Like I'm receiving. I'm not going out of my way to be... I'm hearing agony aunt. So I don't know if people used to come to you for their problems. But it's like, I'm more than that. And I'm going to pop out as that now. So... You know, there's a different... I see someone looking at you from the past that's like, oh my God, I really want to reach out to this person and be in their life again. I like the version that they are now. It feels more in alignment with me. Like, not that you wouldn't have been in alignment before, but they saw you in a different way before. Because I see someone wanting to come, because I keep being shown an offer being made or a text being sent where it's like, oh my God, like someone you wouldn't expect, someone that you thought would have maybe not liked this shift and change in you, is really excited for you and loving something that you're doing and is going to reach out. And it doesn't feel selfish, like, oh, this is going to benefit me. It feels like, oh my God, look at this person. This is so exciting. I want to see this person. I'm so excited for them. It feels like that, but it's someone you wouldn't expect. It's someone that you'd be like, you, really? Like, I didn't think you'd want to be around me now, or this doesn't feel like it would fit, but then it does. There's something about that. It's hard to pinpoint with you guys because there's quite a few people wondering. I keep hearing, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Pile number... Because it's like the true version of you was maybe hidden under your shadow. And maybe you lived out of your shadow, but it's like you've cleared it. The true version of you was hidden out of insecurities and fears. So you kept yourself in your shell to keep you safe and just did what people needed of you. But it's like, this is the true version of me now. I'm popping out. You know? And then it's like, oh, okay. They're not accommodating me anymore. Pile number 3. Nurturer. Pile number 3, please, Spirit guide. I feel like a lot of people look to you as their healer. I feel like you dealt with a lot of broken birds in friendships and relationships, even maybe in family connections too. And I think maybe now that it's like, I'm more than that, and you're just popping out as more than that, it's like, oh. And that's where for some people they're getting triggered. But it's not that I mean, if people genuinely were using you, then yeah, maybe it is in a bit of a lower vibrational energy. But I feel like there's someone particularly around you that is feeling a little bit butthurt, but they're not. I feel like you may take it as like, because of maybe woundings within you of like, oh, people just want this from me, people just want that from me. And you're valid in that. Allow that to purge out. But what I'm being told is this one person that's feeling this way, it's a shock to the system. So they're taking it as a trigger or a rejection. But when they understand that this is a version of you that really is blooming, they'll then open up to having a different type of, it feels like a different type of friendship with you then. But right now there's going to be a little bit of friction because there's an adjustment being made, and both of you are allowed to feel valid in your emotions because it's bringing up something that you both need to honor that may be triggering you both. For you, it's like, stay away from me, like, and when I say stay away from me, it's like, stay away from me because you're trying to mold me into something that I don't want to be. You're valid in that. You're completely valid in that because this person does remember you as that and you're not that. So you're valid in feeling it. Whereas whoever this other person is, it's like they're feeling like, oh, so you just changed up on me then. So you've just switched up on me. Oh, you just left me then. You don't care for me like that anymore. And it's like, they're valid in feeling that rejection feeling because it's something that's coming up for a reason, but they then need to allow that feeling to evolve and see that you need your space, you need time to bloom, and that you are your own person too, and that you are not just a crutch to them. And in doing that, it's like, oh, okay, and it'll be up to both of you if you allow that connection to continue, but there's space and understanding between both of you that's needed. There's definitely space that's needed, especially for you guys. You're somebody that needs a lot of space right now from people, because now that you're building up who you are, you don't need projections then going on top of that. You know what I mean? It's like you need space right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me just I feel like you've had a lot of people pulled from you for you to go undergo this shift. Pile number 4, salvation. What's gone isn't lost, I'm being told. There's going to be connections making their way back into your life, but whether they stay in your life is how the other person has decided to evolve to. And how they blend with your energy. I think you're about to come into a phase, because I'm being shown a wave coming into me. And this wave is old friends or old ideas from the past, like old creative pursuits you had, making their way back and you choosing if it aligns with you now or not, of what you're going to take on this next journey. So I think that's why there's a bunch of people that would have known a former version of yourself thinking of you, because it's like they're seeing the call, they're seeing energetically, they're feeling the change. So it's like, oh wow, okay. And then how they react is based off of how they see the world and how they see connections. Because if they have woundings of rejection and things like that, they may take it as, oh, you've left me, or you've switched up on me, when it's not the case. That's why we've got salvation here. Because there's something you're looking at now where it's like, oh, well, it's over and it's done. And I just think you and this person need space so that you can both bloom on your own a minute and get to know who you are. And then it's like, then you'll pop back up. There's a particular person. Feels like a friend. Pile number... They need to get to know this new version of you. They need to understand these boundaries you've placed in, and they need to understand in their life how you're going to fit into their life now too. Right now it may feel all up in the air and because you're both, there may be misunderstandings between you and this person right now because they're having to adjust how they approached you, how they knew you. And maybe you were somebody that was very soft, because I'm being shown somebody being soft-spoken, and then I see you, somebody doing something, and like in the past you would have just laughed it off even though it upset you, and now you go, no, don't do that, I don't like that. And they're like, whoa, because they've never seen it before, so it's new. So it's like, they may take it as rejection, but then it's like, that's you putting in a boundary with them, and they need to understand that too. So there's a weird turning point and a restructure with somebody. We have Persphone, inexperience. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Persphone. Inexperience. Yeah, so it's like your energy is shifted with the 4 and the 3 adding up to 7. It's like you've spiritually evolved. So it's like this person may feel like, I'm looking at you and I feel like I don't know why, there's somebody looking at you like they feel like you might be looking down on them. I don't think you're looking down on them. I just think there's something that you used to do with somebody that you don't want to do anymore, so they feel like it's a rejection. I'm trying to think of an idea. Like, you could have been somebody that used to stay up late with this person gaming, but now you like to wake up early and work out, so you don't do that anymore. And this was how this person would connect with you, so now they're like, oh, you don't want to do that with me anymore, so you're pushing me out. But it's not the case. And maybe this person wants to go to the gym soon too, so it's like you're having a restructuring moment, but then it's like, oh, maybe we could go to the gym together instead, and we could do mornings together. So there's a restructure happening for both of you. But they may feel like you're leaving them out or letting them go, and I don't feel that you are. You just need space. The song for you would be NASA by Ariana Grande. I'll give you the whole world, but I'ma need space. And she's like, you don't want to leave me, but I'm trying to self-discover. Keep me in your orbit, and I know you'll drag me under. So there's a feeling of that. You could have also made a new friend, and this friend's like, oh, so you want to be with this friend and not me? Which isn't the case. Lots of different people peeping on you at the moment, I feel. We have knowledge. Sorry, guys. We have knowledge as well. You may have been somebody that played small to keep people comfortable too, and now you're like popping out with things that you know, and popping out with, you know, like I see you, and you may not realize you're doing it, and it's great that you're doing it because it's like your throat chakra is opening, but I see you being like, sometimes people do this, but it happens out of their triggers, and then they get, and then this happens, and then it's almost like somebody's feeling targeted, but it's you just voicing something that you've observed, but they're not used to you doing it, so they feel like they're being targeted, but they're not. Or you could be like, I really need space, and I don't need people up in my space right now. Like, I just need to chill out right now. Like, I just need time to myself to kind of wander. And then somebody's taking it like, well, they're basically saying that to me. They don't want me around, and it's like, you're just saying things, but somebody's taking it to offense. But it's just the way you're looking at it differently. It's like you're calling something out where you're used to soothe it over before. That's another thing coming through. Not all will resonate, but that's something that's coming through. And then we have compassion at the back of the deck. I also feel like your heart chakra is expanding. And the way that you now treat yourself and what you now require, you're putting out there. And I feel like there's requirements that some people are like, oh, you've got this requirement and you've got this requirement, and it's like, it's just a shift, it's a change. It's like people are feeling there's a change with you, so it's like I don't know how to make of this yet. And some people it's triggering, some people are getting excited, some people are just curious and are waiting on the next move. It's a bunch of people. Could be like an old friend group, it could be just a bunch of people scattered, like one person's an old friend, the other person's a cousin you haven't seen in some time, the other person's an ex that was hoping to pop back, but now they feel like they can't because you've shifted your, it's like that. It's like, oh, I see how it is, but then other people are like, oh my god, that's exciting. And it's different. I just feel like it's a bunch of different, maybe drawn to all 4 piles, I don't know, it's just a different I'm finding I had a pinpoint with the clear quartz. It's like, what do I do? Yeah. I think patience and time with you guys while you're evolving. I think people are going to need patience, and I think you need patience. You don't need to be hounded. Right now, that's the feeling that I'm getting. So pile 3, that is what I have for you. It didn't go the way I expected it to, but I hope it resonated for you guys. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you enjoyed and if this did resonate. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking about you. So you guys chose the rose quartz. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 4. Spirit guys, tap me into the collective of my pile number 4s. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 4s? Who is currently thinking about my pile number 4s? Who is currently thinking about my pile number 4s? This is someone that feels frustrated. I feel frustrated. I feel, it's like I'm looking at you and I feel frustrated with you. I don't know if this is someone you've had an argument with, or this could be somebody that's feeling frustrated but hasn't voiced it. Let's get into it. What's the card you've got? You've got the moon reversed. The ghost are stepping into the unknown, but it's reversed. Okay. Let me get the cards down. I'm feeling confused, but I'm feeling frustrated, and I want to know what this is about. So pile 4, please, spirit guides. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 4s? We have the devil come out reversed as well. The F-boy given into temptation, but it's reversed. Who is currently thinking about my pile number 4s? This is all my cards. Like, I'm holding my deck, and honestly, my deck is upright, but the cards have all come out in reversed. I feel like this person this might be somebody that's a bit passive aggressive with you right now, but it also could be somebody that doesn't know how they're feeling right now, or doesn't know how to voice a feeling, so they're feeling frustrated right now. That's kind of how it's coming through. But the cards, I'm going to pop them all upright, but I know that they came out in reverse just because it's easier to read them then. But we have the moon reversed, we have the devil reversed, we have the king of thoughts reversed, grown-ass man, mastering masculine energy. And then we also have the page of swag, which is the page of pentacles, personal trainer receiving a message. Back of the deck, we have the chariot, van life, making big moves. And that's upright. Okay. This is somebody that I feel is feeling a little bit of friction right now. You may have been drawn to pile number 3 as well, because it almost feels like a continuation of pile number 3. If not, that's fine. It could just be that this is just the message right now. I feel like this is somebody that you it feels outgrowing. And I feel like there's a frustration, because it's like, I want to go right, you want to go left. I'm getting frustrated. Why aren't you doing what I like? Or why aren't you doing what I want? That's kind of how it's coming through. Like, why aren't you... It's like there's a castle at the top of the hill, and we both want to get to this castle, but you keep wanting to go left, and I keep wanting to go right. And I want to walk on foot, but then you keep wanting to ride the bike. And it's like, this isn't working. And I feel like the answer to this is, well, I'll walk on my feet, you go on the bike, and I'll meet you up the top. But I feel like there's a frustration, because it's like, but you always come with me anyway, so why now are you choosing to shake up? Like, I feel like you would have been drawn to pile number 3 because it's similar messages. But pile number 3 was scattered, so it was like different ones coming through, whereas this feels a continuation of a particular message. And by that I mean, I feel like this is somebody that you would have had a friendship or a connection with. It could be a romantic connection, or like a family connection with someone, and they know a certain version of you, but maybe you've done inner work, or you've evolved, or you're trying out new things, and it's like you're making different decisions that go against what flowed before. And this person's like, why are you trying to fix something that isn't broken? Why are you trying to go against the current? They're not seeing that you need to grow, or that you already have grown. They're not physically seeing that there's already been a shift. And if there wasn't a shift, you wouldn't have minded walking to the castle doing their way. But it's time for you to spread your wings and go your way. And there's a frustration from this person of like, why are you making it difficult? Why aren't you doing what I like you to do? But what they're not understanding yet, and they will understand it, I'm being told they will, but what they're not understanding yet is why you're not just going along with maybe what they like. It could be that you're in a relationship with this person and they want to move somewhere, and you've been open to the idea of maybe moving, but you've decided that you want to take a job which requires you to stay put. And this person's feeling like, why are you doing this when we could just move? But it's like, they're not realizing your happiness is going to come from this job that's keeping you put, or your growth is going to keep you, is keeping you here, because you need to grow in this particular job. And instead of looking at it like, okay, maybe we need to break away from a minute, or you do your thing and I do my thing, or there needs to be a shift in this friendship or relationship for this to work, they're like almost looking at it like, why aren't you coming with me? But the reason they're thinking at it is because maybe in the past you would go along with what they wanted, or maybe what you both wanted was the same thing, but it's shifted now, and they just quite haven't understood that your energy is shaken up a little bit, because it's you. I feel like you're taking a different path. You're breaking away. You know the song, I Spread My Wings and I Learn How to Fly? I think that's Kelly Clarkson. I think it's called Breakaway. She's like, I make a wish, make a change, and I break away. So there's a feeling of you like that. Like, I feel like you're evolving in a different way, because it could be like there's things you used to do with this person that you don't want to do anymore. So I'll use the same analogy that I used in pile 3. It could be you and this person used to stay up late and game and play gaming, and that's how you connected. You decided that you want to wake up early and go to the gym, and this person's like, why aren't you wanting to spend time with me anymore? But your energy shifted. You can't be staying up late anymore. Maybe you have a certain job that's keeping you from doing that now. So it's like they're feeling like you've shaken up and shifted, and they're looking at it like, why are you doing this? Why are you being like this? But it's like they're not realizing you're evolving, and it's going to take a minute for them to see that, because human beings are creatures of habit. When there's a shake up, human beings don't like that. Human beings don't like that shift and that change. And maybe you have been changing, but it hasn't been prominent or so obvious to this person until now. So there's a confusion in their mind that they're feeling stuck with. Now, when I was talking about pile number 3, I was saying there were certain people feeling rejected. I don't feel like this person feels rejected by you. So I don't think that energy's passed over into this reading. It's more so confusion. The fact that all 4 cards came out in reverse, and the only card that came up upright was the Chariot, van life, making moves. I feel like this person is confused on the moves that you're making right now and the way that you are shifting and changing, and doesn't quite know what to make of it, which is causing a frustration, which is causing maybe a little bit of, could be causing them to go into their shell. Again, there's a passive aggressive feel. Or maybe both of you haven't openly had this conversation yet, so maybe there's a bit of passive aggression, or maybe there's things they want to say but there's a frustration, because this person's almost feeling just frustrated right now. The moon, the devil. A version of you that this person aligned with has evolved. It's grown. You don't want to do the same things that you used to do before. Again, similar to pile number 3, it could be that you guys used to be more people-pleasy. You know, you could have had a wound in the past that allowed you to go with what other people wanted to keep yourself safe and to make you feel comfortable. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll act maybe how you want me to act, or I won't voice my feelings because I'm not comfortable with doing that yet. I'm not comfortable popping out of my shell yet. and I'll be what you need me to be. Whereas you've been evolving and shifting, it's something that's been happening. With you choosing the rose quartz, there's a abundance of love that's kind of infiltrating in your life. So it could be self-love. So you've been learning your own needs, you've been learning your own boundaries. You can't stay up at night anymore. You didn't want to before, but now you're able to voice that you don't want to, and they don't get it, you know. Or you used to be somebody that would go out and maybe have drinks with somebody, and they got it, you know what I mean? They enjoyed that. It was like, yeah, let's go for drinks. Whereas now you're like, I don't want to do that now. I've outgrown it. I don't want that. And they're like, why are you shaking up? Why are you not wanting to do things with me? And it's not that. You've just changed. Or you're so connected to your own needs now. You can't just be what somebody else needs you to be. And it's going to take a minute for this person to understand that. I think that this person is a go with the flow kind of person, and I think you happily went with the flow with them, or they felt like you did anyway. And now they're like, why are you going against the current? And it's like, I have my own flow and you need to do things I like to do too if you want me to continue doing the things you like to do, because it's a compromise. And they're like, why are you being difficult? But I think this person is learning. This person's going through a period of learning, or they will be going through a period of learning how to compromise and balance with and work with other people's energies instead of just doing their own thing. Because this person feels very individual. They think of themselves. And it doesn't feel too selfish, because it doesn't feel like I'm doing this on purpose. I only care about myself. It's more so, I only ever really need to think about myself. Maybe they're a bit of a lone wolf, you know? Maybe they're somebody that just is very aware of their own needs and has never had anything challenge it. And now your energy shift and it's challenging it. So it's like, are you going to evolve with me? Are you going to understand my wave too? Or is this maybe a part where we need to break away for a little bit and go on our own journey and meet up at the castle when it's time? Because my frequency isn't the same anymore. There's a frequency shift in you. But it's more so you used to align yourself with other people's frequencies. Now you're standing in your own frequency and seeing who aligns with you. And now this person's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What's going on? Why are you changing? Why don't you want to do this and that with me? And it's like, my frequency's changing. That's it. And there's a frustration coming through pile 4. But this person has love for you. Because I don't think this is why this person's getting frustrated, because they value you as a person and they want you in their life. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be frustrated. They'd be like, oh, whatever, you go do that and I'll go do this. They're getting frustrated because they don't want to lose you as a friend, as a partner, as a close relative that they see all the time. They don't want to lose you. So that's why there's a frustrated feeling and they don't quite know what to do about it right now. And I think it's going to take a moment for them to realize what's going on. And I do think a conversation might need to be had for them to get it. Because I think once you explain something, I think that they might get it. But right now, it's feelings, energies, frequencies. I don't get why you're doing this. I don't get why you're doing that. I think they haven't quite understood. If you've already been evolving and changing, which I feel you have, I don't think they quite understood the weight of how much you've been changing until it affected their life. And I don't think it affected their life too much, because I think that this person has a way of being very open-minded and quite understanding, but it's like there was never really a challenge until now of like, oh wow, there's really a shift here. Oh, this is really, it could be that you've had children and this person hasn't. So it's like they're used to you maybe coming on holiday and things with them. And now you're like, well, I can't, I have my child. And they're like, what? Like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's how are we going to continue this now? How are we going to evolve like that now? You know what I mean? Like in this friendship. So there's a frustration, but they are looking to you as like, why are you setting fire to something that doesn't need to be set fire to? But they're not realizing you set fire to it long ago. And it's not you deciding to throw the friendship away. It's like you needed to do that for you. So let's pull some more cards. Sorry if I've gone round in circles. It's just this person is kind of analysing their situation right now. They're analysing you, maybe things you've said, how you've been acting lately, because it's like they don't get the shift. And it's funny that this has come through, because I've noticed in the collective energy, a lot of people are going through very rapid shifts right now and changes. It's almost like a lot of people are having a hard time staying small or staying in energies that don't fit their frequency. I've noticed it in the collective, so it's not shocked me that this has come through and that it's affected more than one pile, because that's what I'm seeing collectively. It could just be my collective, so the energy we're all in together. It could be just my collective all going through the same shifts. But I have noticed it everywhere, like in, you know, family members that aren't in my same energy field, like they move different and they have a different energy, but like I'm noticing it with them too. And lots of friction. That's what it is, friction. I feel like there's timeline shifting a lot at the moment. If we're talking about a conscious collective energy, I think there's a lot of twists and turns right now, and I think the eclipse brought a lot of it on, and I think that people are really evolving and choosing things that are more authentic to them, and I think that it's creating frictions, but it's a way of the universe, like, let's create new paths. Which so it's not shocked me that these type of messages have come through more than once today. Pile number 4. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 4s? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 4s? It does feel like a friend, but it could be a partner you've had for some time, or a family member. We have miracles. This person doesn't want to lose you as a friend. This person really does value you. Yeah, they don't want to lose you as a friend. Pile number 4. We have radical acceptance. And this person has love for you, and I'm saying that because of the heart chakra energy. We have the rose quartz with the 3 pinks, which is higher heart chakra. And then we have the greens, which is heart chakra. So this person does genuinely have love for you, or love you, you know. Whether it's friend, family. We have illusion. We have illusion reversed. This person's have a hard time seeing you, the version that you are now. They're still maybe trying to put the old version of you back over you. Doesn't fit anymore, and they're getting frustrated. They thought you were a circle, you are a square, you know. So it's like they're projecting the circle onto you. They're trying to fit you into this shape, you know, the building blocks. They're trying to put you in, but it's like you're a square now, so it's not fitting, and they don't quite get that, because we have illusion here. So again, in the past, you would have either been somebody different and had different needs, or you just weren't aware of your needs, so you just went with what other people wanted. So it's like that illusion's fallen, that skin's peeled off, that you've evolved past it, that version of you's gone. They're not getting it yet. They're not seeing you yet, but they're starting to see you, which is causing the frustration, because it's like, this is different to how I looked at you and aligned with you before. Pile number 4, ambition. Back of the deck, we have the future. Yeah, so this person's kind of feeling uncertain about where this connection's going. They're also feeling uncertain about whether you want to keep them around. There's a feeling of that. Like, are they going to... Maybe you've let people go already and they've witnessed that, but then it never affected your friendship. So they never felt like you were going to let them go because you're still aligned with them. Whereas they may be feeling like you're about to let them go, and that may be causing frustration. And they're wanting to hang on, but then they're getting frustrated. I don't know if it's that. It could be. I don't see you wanting to let this person go either, though. It's just like, you need to flow with me. You know what I mean? Or we're just going to have to separate for a bit, but it doesn't mean I don't love you. Whereas this person's kind of feeling like you might be letting them go. You could actually be letting them go and feeling like you both need time apart right now. Because this person's kind of confused, like, are we going to stay friends? Is this going to continue? Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Miracles, radical acceptance. This person's starting to fully see you and they're confused, which is causing the frustration. They're starting to see the work you have genuinely done and they're getting confused, and it's causing that frustration. I don't think that they've accepted a change in you yet. They still are projecting an old version of you onto you. They haven't accepted it yet. It's going to cause a tower moment of how they view you. Could even cause a tower moment of how they view life. It could go that deep if you're super close. Why have you got ambition? This person does want to keep you around though. This is why I feel like this isn't the end of the friendship, but it is the end of how it once was. I think that there's going to be a change. I do see this person wanting to keep you around because we have ambition. So I don't think this person's going to cut you off or anything like that. I don't see it, but I do think they still want you to be around them. If you haven't heard from this person, I feel like you will, because they still want you around. And I think this is the type of person where if they fully understand it and they get it, they might actually make shifts and changes. They're quite emotionally intelligent, but they have a hard time sometimes relating to other people or understanding other people. But it's not out of like selfishness, like F you. It's like they haven't needed to. So they're going to learn through you maybe to compromise or evolve in a certain way or shift their energy a bit or do things you like to do. And I think they could learn a lot from you too. Because you're about to learn a lot. I think you've learned a lot from them, but I think they're about to learn some stuff from you. I think they're going to tailor their frequency to still align with you. I don't think that this is somebody you're going to cut off or they're going to cut you off or anything like that. But there needs to be healthy communication for this to happen. Because at the beginning I felt a bit of passive aggressiveness. So maybe not feeding into that and having an upfront conversation. They might get it. Because they don't feel immature. And they don't seem the type to let their triggers take over either. I think they're quite in control of their own energy. It's other people's energy and aligning with it. They might not be. That's what they might learn from you. And if they don't learn it from you, they'll learn from somebody like you. But there's an opportunity here for you both to evolve together. You know, for them to kind of take your path to the castle for once and see a different route and maybe learn different things about themselves. That's what connections are for, they're to learn. And I think you've learned a lot from them already, and I think it's their time to really learn from you, which is lovely. But it's going to take a minute. Powerful. So they're thinking about you right now because there's a frustration. I think everything feels a little bit up in the air. That's why these cards came out reverse. But I do see a positive outcome from this. Powerful. Because there's love here. And look at the pinks on here again. Love. Heart chakra energy. They're just starting to really see you. You've struggled with people seeing you before because you've gone into their frequency for them. People are going to start seeing you. But it's going to cause a shake-up with the people around you because they haven't seen this frequency before. It's like, oh, you've always been at this frequency. No, I was at a different frequency. I was coming into it to accommodate you. But now I'm here. So if you want to learn some things, come here. You know, it's like coming to the ocean. You feel watery to me. Maybe my water pile. That's something you're learning right now. Staying in your own frequency and allowing people to come to you. I think you've gone everywhere for people. You're in a more feminine receiving energy now. Which is really exciting, really beautiful. But it's going to cause some frictions with the people that are already still here. But that's okay. Because that's how you evolve. So pile number 4, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.